What's up, YouTube? Jeff Mojo here, and today I would like to talk about BDSM. You read the title, right? Everyone does BDSM. They just don't know it yet. See, let me explain. BDSM stands for bondage, discipline, dominance and submission, sadomasochism. Now, at first glance, that's scary as you know what. But let me break it down a little bit. Bondage seems self-explanatory. Well, in fact, all of it does. However, there are two types of bondage. There's physical restraints, and then there's mental restraints. Look at me when I'm talking to you. The eye restriction, that's a mental bondage. Discipline, there are cops, military people, doctors, several fields where if discipline isn't involved, people will die. Then you have domination and submission. You have employer and employee, doctor and a patient, cops and criminals, parent and child. These are all examples of roles where one is dominant and one is submissive. It's just leaders and followers. Everyone, and I mean everyone, has had at least some experience in both of these roles. So, the last is sadomasochism. Now, that's the scariest part of this whole thing. The thing is the definition of a sadist is someone who enjoys someone else's suffering. And the definition of a masochist is someone who enjoys their own suffering. So, if you laugh when someone slips on ice, you're a sadist. If you like having your hair pulled, it's only as extreme as we make it. The thing is media has portrayed BDSM as this taboo, forbidden, hush-hush thing. The fact is, BDSM is a mind game. You know, a person can literally tie another person up and do the exact same thing as telling them to just not move. Everyone experiences parts of BDSM and they don't even realize it. And there's another thing that is heavy in the actual scenes of BDSM that vanilla people go through as well, and most people don't know it, and it's actually a major cause for this is why I don't film in the day. It's an actual cause of divorces and breakups. There is something called subspace, which is a misnomer because everyone gets it. Basically, there are these chemicals in your brain called endorphins, and they're responsible for the emotion of love. Now, when you do certain activities like eating chocolate or getting your nails done, brushing your hair, having passionate sex, these endorphins rise, giving you the sensation of love. Think of it like being at sea level, right? As it rises and rises and rises, you literally can get high from it. That is subspace. It happens significantly during a honeymoon. Now, the brain naturally tries to correct itself. So it lowers the endorphins, tries to get it back to sea level, but sometimes it overcorrects. And it'll go below sea level, and you are literally experiencing the absence of love. So people who go on honeymoons and just have sex the entire time, and then go back home and go to work and do the regular thing, think they've lost the spark, and they haven't. They're just having a problem with an imbalance in their brain. That's called a subdrop. It's essentially a love hangover. Now, there's a really simple fix for it. Aftercare. When you go home, or even directly after you have sex, or get that sensation of subspace, pamper each other. Cuddle more than you're used to. Brush each other's hair. Do each other's nails. Take a bubble bath together. eat ice cream, eat chocolate, do things that makes you feel like you're being pampered. And you can do this stuff yourself, obviously, but the goal is to bring that imbalance back to sea level. If you can do that, things will smooth out and things will go back to normal. But everyone goes through that. Submissives, dominants, vanilla, it does not matter. Our brains all work similarly. Fun fact, and this has nothing to do with what I'm saying, but it also talks about the brain, is the receptacles in our brain that experience pleasure and love are the same exact receptacles in our brain that experiences fear and pain, which is why BDSM is so popular. The pain and the pleasure go together inside our brains. It's natural, biological, biochemical, whatever you want to call it. I think I've explained this pretty decently. I'm going to be covering this more in a later topic, but I'm tired of editing out cars. I'll talk to you later, guys.